Pro wrestling is overflowing with unwritten rules, unspoken tenets, and not knowing them can often result in a most unpleasant surprise. In order to ensure you are never unpleasantly surprised, today let's go over the 12 things no one tells you about pro wrestling. I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. If you are struggling to break through in a bigger way and you want to experience greater success in pro wrestling, subscribe right now. Up first on my list, the wrestling, actual performing in the ring that you will do in front of the paying customers, is actually the smallest part of your job. This is something no one tells you when you become a professional wrestler, but the time that you're going to spend on things like traveling, networking, fitness and diet, all these other things will eat up the vast majority of the hours in your typical work week. The tiniest sliver is the time you'll actually spend performing in the ring. Second on the list is one I needed to hear much earlier in my career, so let's not allow this to go unsaid. You can be the best wrestler on the entire planet, but if you don't have a telegenic appearance, in other words, if you don't have the right look, then there is a ceiling which will limit how high you can ascend and how much money you can earn as a wrestler. Number 3 on the list, the first 3 years that you are active as a working pro in wrestling are most heavily influenced by where you choose to train, because it is ultimately their reputation, their connections, even their geographical location, which will influence the majority of the opportunities that you are afforded in the first 3 years you're working. This fourth one's becoming more relevant by the day. You cannot treat this like a hobby, but expect to be paid like a professional. Wear Spirit Halloween gear to the ring. Miss call time for the show. Fail to deliver the promos that the people who have hired you have asked for. I could do those things, but I won't be paid like a professional if that's the level I'm playing at. If you need more frank advice, real insight like this video contains, then check out my book, Toolbox Building Better Pro Wrestling. It's 99 pages written for wrestlers of every experience level, whether you're a rookie just breaking in or a veteran looking for ways to stay inspired. Toolbox has something for you. Print and digital copies are available through Amazon.com. For the audiobook, head over to Audible. Number 5 is for you tag team wrestlers out there. Your tag team will only reach its full potential if you and your tag team partner are both willing to sacrifice the same things. Here's a quick example. If you are willing to sacrifice going to birthdays and baptisms and weddings in order to take more bookings as a tag team, but your partner is not willing to make that same sacrifice, it's going to be almost impossible for your tag team to realize its potential. You both have to be willing to sacrifice the same things. This one, number 6, is one we've got to be talking about more. We are currently in the 4th era of pro wrestling, the social media era. And regardless of how you feel about its impact on our culture, on our world, on our lives, if you want to grow your career in the next year, a social media strategy has to be part of that plan. We're halfway done already. If you're getting something out of today's video, please leave me a like-a-palooza down below. That one tap of your finger, it means a lot. Thank you very much. And now, number 7. There has never been less demand for professional wrestlers in the last 160 years than right now, because it is overwhelmed by the supply. There are more training centers producing more wrestlers than ever before, and the result is the supply has completely overwhelmed any demand. The reality is, I really do believe this. One skilled referee is more valuable right now than 10 professional wrestlers and should probably be paid accordingly. Up next, you will be continuously investing in your wrestling career at every stage. Whether you're investing it in your training or your gear, something new for your entrance, you go tanning, you're going to get your teeth whitened. If you want to keep climbing, you will continue investing. Up ninth, there are politics at every level of professional wrestling, and even if you elect to not play the political game, that will not stop pro wrestling from being a political workspace. And in my experience, I have found that the politics in wrestling are the most ruthless at the absolute top, where the most money is at stake, and at the absolute bottom, where people ferociously cling to what little they have. This might be the most important one on the entire list, so please listen to your old pal Mike. Up 10th. You must put other sources of income in place for yourself while you are wrestling, because all wrestlers get injured, and while you're out recuperating, you won't be earning money. You will need another source of income, because sometimes wrestlers get fired and they are under non-compete clauses which prevent them from taking other wrestling work in an interim period. Or because we all need time off, and when you decide it's time to take a vacation, you're going to still need money coming in the door to keep the bills paid. Number 11 is one that nobody tells you, but I will. If becoming a pro wrestler to you represents living the dream, it takes on a fantasy job-like quality, I want to assure you that just like any other job, there are days you don't want to go to work. There will be times when the last thing on earth you want to be doing, thinking about, or talking about is pro wrestling. In that way, it is a job like any other. Number 12 might shock you, but you need to know. Less than 1% of the working pros who perform in the ring work at the corporate level of pro wrestling. The other 99+% of all the working pros all around the world ply their trade on the independent circuit or on the international circuit. So what did I forget? Was there something that deserves to be on this list that you think I omitted? Tell me down below in the comments. I want to hear from you. On screen right now is a little reminder about Toolbox Building Better Pro Wrestling, alongside a roll call of all my awesome patrons who support the channel over on Patreon.